Detroit, good morning. You're on the air, Republican.
Peter, now why did you have to do that? I was so focused on one thing, and now you're bringing up the mayor. But yes, I do think that it's a legitimate campaign issue as far as the pastor goes. But I'm interested more in how we're really blowing it out of proportion. As a Republican, I voted for George Bush the father. I voted for George W. twice, and I'm going to vote for Obama if he does get elected. The sense that in this country we're castigating him for his middle name when there are probably gentlemen named Hussein in our military that are fighting and risking their lives for us now is very problematic. And I really agree with the sentiments of the issues around Pat Robertson. There's not just anti-black statements, but certainly anti-Islamic, Palestinian statements, and the Islamic world is a world we have to contend with. It's a world that we have to eventually come to grips that there's maybe tens of thousands of extremists, but there's 1.5 billion, and many of them are going to have sentiments that will come to our side if we have a fair balance. And the idea that we're castigating a man for his middle name when I'm sure that there are hundreds, if not thousands, of Husseins that are good citizens, it's really troublesome.
Caller, you're calling from Michigan. The papers this morning seem to indicate that there's going to be a do-over primary campaign in Michigan. Are you getting that sense, and what do you think about that?
Well, I think that it's interesting that this information about the pastor has been put out at the same time that there's a aggressive campaign on the Clinton side, either accept the old results or have new ones, while the sentiment is they're trying to push the tide against Obama. Now, the problem with the first election is that in the primaries in Michigan, is many of the people, including myself, who were even willing to switch over and did not go out because Obama was not only not on the ticket. If you voted for him, your ballot would have been thrown aside. So I would like to see a recount. I would like to see a revote. But I think it's interesting that at the same time there seems to be all of this planting of news bits about the pastor to get sentiments against Obama. So if it is revoted, it could be leaning towards Hillary. And, of course, if you use the old votes, it would, because she was the one that really violated the Democratic rules and put herself on the ballots.
And finally, do you think your mayor should resign?
I did before he got elected the first time, but I thought he matured, frankly, and in terms of politics anyway. I'm torn. I don't have a good answer for you on that.
What do you do in Detroit?
I'm a physician.
Thanks for calling in.